This is my review of the UTrent wireless meat thermometer. So I decided to get a meat thermometer because lately I've been doing a lot of baking or broiling of my meats. I've been trying to uh, reduce the amount of oil or vegetable oil used. So instead of frying anything, I try to bake it now. And I noticed that after baking a lot of different things, some of my meats become too dry or overcooked, or it is very undercooked. So to take the guesswork out, I decided to get a meat thermometer. So let's open this up. Okay, nicely packaged. Okay, so it's two pieces. So one goes by the oven, one goes by where you want to be. So it'll alert, or you could check up on the temperature of the meat without being next to the oven. So there's one piece, and there's the other piece. I believe there's a stand. Yep. There you go. Let's see what else is included. We got batteries. Nice touch, so you don't have to buy your own. Okay. We got, I'm not sure what this is yet. Some literature and some instruction manuals. And finally, the meat probes. So there's two of them. I saw some online for 4. Thought that was overkill. 2 should be plenty. So the idea is these probes are rated to go into the oven. So you can actually put it into the oven and leave it inside the meat while it cooks. And you could, in real time, see what temperature each probe is. So this bracket is to go into the grill or your oven. So you could put it into the grill, and what it does is it allows you to keep one of the probes. If you want one of the probes to be an ambient temperature sensor, you would put it in like so, and that way it doesn't touch anything, and it will be an ambient temperature probe. So it will measure the ambient temperature or the air. But besides that, you can also use them separately, and you can measure 2 pieces of meat or 1 piece of meat or 2 sections of 1 large piece of meat just to make sure the temperature is correct. Now, right now, as you can see, the temperature is slightly off, 73 and 74. That's because I was touching one of the sensors. I could tell you my home thermostat is set to 73, so this is very accurate. I haven't touched this probe yet. I've only touched this one right here, and as you can see, it rises when I touch it, which makes sense. And as you can see, it's synced up pretty accurately. Actually, let's examine the functionality of this right here. So this is the unit that you'll be carrying around, and it will show you, so you could carry it around with you and know exactly what the temperature of the meat is. So if you want a perfect medium, it will let you know. So that's what this taste button is. You click the taste button and you could set it to medium. Hold it down. Oops. I turned it off. I hold it down too low. So you press it once, medium rare, rare, well done, medium well, a good medium. So as you can see, like this, I'm only setting it for probe 1, and it's showing 160 degrees Fahrenheit, which is the temperature of beef. What you want beef to be a good medium, and it's all preset, so it should work pretty well here. And you could choose different types of meat like lamb, veal, ham, pork, turkey, chicken, fish. So it all has programming within it. So let's go ahead and test it out on a couple of steaks. So just to quickly show you the idea of the ambient temperature bracket is to go ahead and put it in the grill like so. And then you can put one of the probes through this so it doesn't touch anything. And that way you get a ambient temperature sensor there. But I'm not going to use that. I don't need an ambient temperature sensor. I plan on testing these two meats. So I picked these up at the grocery store. I plan on doing one medium rare. Just basic instruction. I'm just going to follow the instructions here. So just also to show, I use a toaster oven for everything. I do have a regular oven, however, I prefer using the smaller oven. So I'm just going to preheat it to 400. And while that's going, I'm going to go ahead and set up my steaks. Go ahead and put it in. So let's see how this works. Should be interesting. Alright, it's in. Okay, so I stuck it in. Actually, I have it flipped. This is probe 1, and this is probe 2. As you can see, I have it, the wires going through the sides of the grill, of the door and into each steak. Have no problem closing the door. And as you can see, the temperature of the steak is actually quite cool. Just have taken it out of the refrigerator, so we'll wait for the inside temperature to get to the desired temp. So here is the remote part of it, and as you can see, I have set probe 1 to medium. This is the top one, and then the bottom one to medium well. I was going to do medium rare, but the packaging on the steak said to cook it to at least 160. So I'm going to do one medium well and one medium, and we'll see how it turns out. So I could keep this with me, and once it reaches the desired temperature, it should alert me. So I'll be right back. Okay, so the one thing I forgot to do was set the start. So as you can see, do you see how the temperature on the top one, probe 1, says 160? If I press start, it'll put a little alarm sound or sound icon on it, and I press it again, and it will put it on the bottom one as well. Or I'm sorry, just the bottom one. And if I press it again, it'll put it on both. So now it should alert me when it reaches that desired temperature. And I'll be back. So we are currently at 159 degrees for one of the probes. And hopefully when it reaches 160, it should beep. Let's make sure. There it is. One of them's done. So let me go pull that out. Alright, so this is the one that was set to medium. And let's cut it open and see how it looks. So if you see, it's a great medium here, fully pink. There's no red. So very satisfied. So here's my second piece of meat. And there we go. Ready. This one should be medium well. Okay, here's my second meat, and this one should be medium well. So let's cut this open. So here's the medium well steak, and as you can see, mostly well done with the pink center only. So this is a perfect medium well. I'm quite pleased with the results. Okay, and that concludes my review.